We polish off Portugal with a tour of the town at the top of the N2. Here.
Then we take a pilgrimage across northern Spain.
Then we end with happy detours before and after a medieval town. Two empty nesters and one brave dog. We're Casey, Rodney, and Salsa. Currently, we're traveling through Europe, navigating the Schengen Shuffle in our motorhome, Holland. We are sharing real travel life highs and the happy detours along the way. Please hit the subscribe button, give us a thumbs up, make sure you bookmark our webpage, and follow us on Facebook at Empty Nest Adventures TV. If you watched our last Empty Nest Adventures
TV.
You know we were in Chaves or Chaves, Portugal. We'll say Chaves probably most of the time. And we were at the guest house that is there.
Yes.
The first full day we were there, you weren't feeling very well.
No.
So we just kind of hung out, took it easy, and caught up on some other tasks and stuff. But then the next day we decided we were going to go out, we were going to tour
We were going to go for
the
a
Old
walk.
Town part, and that was on Sunday.
Yes, we were going to go for a walk.
So some things weren't open, but it was still busy around there. But
It was beautiful.
I was going to say, before we got there, the guest house is surrounded by a park.
Yes.
And it's a very nice park, and there's a river.
Beautiful.
So it was a wonderful walk.
Playgrounds,
just to get down there
sports
to it.
equipment, exercise equipment, waterfalls, a river, two playgrounds,
Yep.
pickleball court. I mean, my Lord, they
Yeah.
were.
And a rock bridge, if you dare want to try to cross it.
I
did
wanted
not.
to, but we
We
couldn't.
had the dog, number one. Number two, the water was pretty high and flowing over some of the rocks, and I don't
Yeah.
think they've cleaned them off in a while, so it didn't look like it was.
Not yet.
So there was a much better bridge to cross anyway, so that's where we went up to the main pedestrian bridge and
Yep.
crossed it. And one of the reasons why you do that bridge too is it gives you a great view of the old Roman arch bridge
Yes.
that's a little bit further down the river.
That was
So,
beautiful too.
Yeah, that was nice too. So,
and they have a beautiful walk bridge to go across,
Yep.
walking bridge.
yep.
It was just, they had walking paths and it was Sunday. So what was really nice was you can tell that park really gets used. There was all kinds of people there, and they were playing, and they had kids running around, and there were people everywhere.
Yeah.
But spread out enough so there wasn't clusters. But
Yeah, it wasn't really crowded, but there was a lot of people
Yeah.
out and about, just enjoying the day. It was a beautiful day.
yes.
So our first stop was we went and hit the tourist office that's there, and that was to get our last stamp in our passport for the N2, because we had finished the N2. We didn't do the whole thing, but we got to the end of it, or the beginning of it, because that's actually where
Because we
they
did it
say
backwards.
it starts. We did it backwards. So we got some information there. The woman was really nice and spoke enough English. So the first little stop, which was nearby, was this area that had all the fountains, I guess, from hot springs.
Yep.
So we kind of wandered around there. There was one that was kind of sunk down in, that we saw a guy go and fill his water bottle with. And
Which
I went
was
down and
Unusual because it was warm.
yeah, it's very hot. Yeah,
It was
there's
hot
actually
water.
a warning sign we took a picture of that said, I think it was like 173 degrees Fahrenheit or
Yeah.
something like that. Yeah, so very, very hot water coming out of there, and I felt it. It was hot. You certainly don't want to keep your hand down there. For
And the
very long.
tourist woman told us there were three of them in the area. The one that was very hot, another one that was sort of hot, and then another one that had bubbles in it.
Yes.
That was
Yeah.
carbonated.
Yeah, and there was a little area by there that was like an area you could go inside and sit and drink the water from
water.
the spring
Yeah.
if you wanted to. Had a little garden area next to it. We didn't go in there because we didn't think that Salsa would be welcome in there, so we just didn't push it. So we went on around, kind of wandered around a little bit, trying to head toward what we saw was a castle tower and a
Yes.
castle wall, and eventually kind of found our way close to it. We came up on this area. It was a plaza that had like a church there, and we took a little break because they had Ben and Jerry's.
Yeah, they had Ben and Jerry's ice cream, but it was a big disappointment.
Yeah, it was a very small cup. It was just enough to just get the taste and then be mad that all you got was the taste.
It was already like a pre-done. I mean, we could have just gotten a fudgesicle or a popsicle or something.
Yeah, probably would have been better. So, but right off of that plaza is where the castle starts.
Yep.
So we walked around the castle area, and of course, Salsa likes.
She enjoys
getting up
the
on
views.
The wall, looking out at the views.
She really does.
Yep. And we could see the city, and we could see the guest house, and we could see where Holly was parked. So we kind of milled around the castle a little bit, and then right next to the castle is kind of the old town area.
Yeah, that was really neat.
Yeah, we got into the streets there. Kind of felt a little bit like Venice again, closed in and dark because of the tall buildings
the houses
and the narrow roads.
Rows of houses, one right on top of the other. The very cool thing was these houses had intricate detail on some of the doors. Some of the tops of them were stone, and it was like they all were very different and just really unique. I mean, it's really
there was that one
interesting
street
to see.
that had those boxes.
Yeah, they were just
all above it.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was very, very ornate, nice downtown area.
Yeah.
I mean, very, very clean, and we had a pretty good time walking around. But we were kind of done at that point. I think we kind of seen everything that we wanted to see, and started heading back. And when we first came across the walking bridge, you saw a place with crepes and churros.
Yes.
So we had to make our way back that way.
In Spain, they have it comes in cartons. It's like hot chocolate, but not really. It's very thick chocolate. I don't even know how to describe it. It's like warm pudding.
It's like a milk chocolate, but it's liquidy.
Yeah, it's liquidy. And they have it with churros. So I wanted to try the churros and chocolate. Love the chocolate. The churros, they tasted a little bit like waffles to me.
Yeah.
But something they have a lot, they had it in Albania.
Yep.
And they had it in Germany and Switzerland.
Yep.
Is
crepes.
Crepes.
Yep.
And they put Nutella in it.
Yeah.
Warm crepes with Nutella. Oh my lands, are they good?
Yep. So we had a couple boxes of those to take back to have for dessert that night, which was our last night at the guest house and our last night in Portugal.
Yes.
So we woke up the next morning and filled up with water and emptied the tanks and set off for northern Spain, we thought. But the GPS had other ideas about getting us out of Chaves quickly.
Whew.
So we had a couple little detours and little other things we had to do to turn around.
We haven't had a whole lot of problems with our GPS anywhere else in Europe, but Portugal, it seems that it just doesn't update correctly.
Yeah, it would send us on some weird routes when there was a perfectly good road to just keep
went
going
the same way, and it'd send us on these very narrow, sometimes dirt paths that just make me very nervous.
I guess it just decided I needed a challenge.
Yeah.
I'd been challenged in a while.
To test your driving skills.
Yep.
You've had it too easy.
Yep. So we made it out of Chaves, and we got back up on the highway. And then when we got up into Spain, we got off the main highway onto a road called N120, I think it was.
Yep.
Which actually turned out to be a very good complement to the N2.
Yes.
It's a nice scenic road that we could go along, had some great scenery along, went up in the mountains and then back down. Some twists and turns, so if you don't like that, you just want to go straight, you probably wouldn't like this road.
It was nice. And then we just had lunch at a gas station.
Yeah, well, after we tried to have lunch someplace else,
Yeah.
but that was another spot that one of those things that it looks good on the Park for Night app and looks good on a map, but then when you actually get there,
it turns into a dirt path.
Yeah, it's hard to find it, and it's down a narrow road, and
Yeah.
it's just not worth it for a lunch stop. So we ended up at a gas station, and there was another
camper pulled in
and had lunch there as well. So then we continued on down, and on the N20, the place we had to stay, we were out of bottled water, I think.
Yes.
So we needed to go to a grocery store and pick up just a few things.
Yep.
So the town that we were staying in had a grocery store, so we pulled in there, found a place to park. There was a Lidl, I think, across the street that we really wanted to go to, but the parking lot wasn't big enough.
Right.
So we went to this Gato or Gator or something like that. Wasn't really that impressed with it.
No.
But we were able to get what we wanted, and then
we needed bottled water. We use the water in the camper. The dog drinks the water in the camper, and we use it to brush our teeth and wash our dishes. But to drink water, we buy bottled water and drink that.
So we got that done, and the place we were staying was in the same town. It was only like 5 minutes away.
Yep.
So we made our way there, and it was kind of interesting because it's behind a building that we thought was a music school or something. And it only has a one-way drive in and out. And the middle of that drive is where you dump your gray water.
Yeah.
And do the black water, which I thought was kind of funny because
you kind of had to drive over the camper drain station to get back behind the building to the parking spaces. But once you
don't drain fast.
Yeah, but once you get back there, it was very nice.
Yes. Yeah,
and there were 5 or 6 other campers when we got there.
Yeah, but if there's somebody sitting there draining, you can be there for a while, I guess.
Yeah.
But so there were a few other campers, and some other ones showed up. There was one that changed spaces like 6 times. We think they were trying to figure out where they could get the best satellite signal for their satellite TV. There was a nice little park area right next to it, and a stream.
Salsa got to play ball.
Yep, Salsa got to play some ball.
She was very happy with that.
We had a castle view from the little park area. We didn't have it from the camper.
Right.
But we had it from and it was lit up at night, so that was nice.
It was a beautiful, quiet spot.
Yep. So we left there that time. Never got caught at the one-lane drive in and out, thankfully.
Nope.
And we headed out of that town, which wasn't too bad to get out of. We drove through town a little bit.
It was a pretty easy drive.
But yeah, it was seemed like a nice little town. Tried to make our way to our lunch spot, which looked good on Park for Night, looked good on the map. But when we got there, it was down a couple little narrow roads, and we didn't really see any place to park. So we decided to abandon that lunch stop.
We had to back up.
Yep, and get back out on the N20 again, which we had some really good scenic views.
Oh, Lord, there was a train.
Yep.
Hang on.
That we could see that
they had beautiful views, and there was a train that was going through the mountains along with us. Yep. I mean, it was really beautiful, very beautiful drive.
So we just went on further down the road, and there was a place that was a gas station.
Yeah.
They had a restaurant and had a little called tourism parking area.
Yep.
So I guess it was kind of a rest stop too. So we parked there, and we had lunch. While we were sitting there, another camper pulled up and I guess they were having lunch as well.
They were having lunch too.
So then we got back up on the N120 and started heading to where we were going to park for the night. And we started noticing there was like it was a dirt road off the side of the road.
Yeah.
And we thought it was maybe just kind of like a farm road or an access road or something for farmers. But we kept seeing all these people hiking on it with
they were backpack and walking sticks.
Yeah, I mean, it was some serious hiking that they were doing.
And we were pretty curious about that.
Yeah, we were trying to figure out what all that was about. And then we pulled into St. Martin del Camino, which is where we were going to stay for the night.
Before we got there, we had that weird toll booth. Oh my gosh, this weird toll booth. We come off the highway and we go and there's a toll booth. And we've had toll booths where you take a ticket and then at the end of it you pay.
Yeah.
You insert the ticket and then you pay. Well, this one, we hadn't had a ticket beforehand. And so we figured it was just one that you just go up and you pay. You don't need a ticket. But before you get to the toll booth, there's a gate down.
Yeah.
And you have to take the ticket to get the gate to go up. Then you drive, 100 feet?
Yeah, it was maybe 30 or 40, 50, maybe 50 meters.
Yeah.
And then you pay.
And then you put the ticket back in and then you pay.
Yeah.
It was weird.
Yeah, that was like the laziest toll booth setup I think I've ever seen. So, and the shortest distance we ever paid for a toll. So we got into the town that we were going to stay that night, and it has one of those municipal spots.
Yeah.
Like 5 parking spaces, I think it was. And it must be fairly new or it's very well maintained.
Yeah.
It was really nice.
It was really nice.
Yeah, so we pulled in there, and I thought maybe there would be some other people there already because it was about 4 o'clock.
And there was nobody there.
Nobody was there, so we pulled in and parked. And I got out to take Salsa for a walk since she'd been cooped up in the camper for a while. And while I was doing that, some woman went by with a wheelbarrow and made sure that I heard her say "Hola."
Yeah, she said it
hello
like
to
3
us.
times until he responded.
Yeah, this town really seems like they want campers there.
Yeah.
They had a little dump area where you could dump your gray water.
And black tank.
And black tank, and they are Cousin Eddie. And they had a freshwater supply. They had this nice sign in the back that shows you all the points of interest in the town.
Yep.
And one of them included the camper parking area. So it just was a really nice town. Now there was some truck traffic, some tractors that went by. Most of that calmed down at night.
It was in the evening.
Quiet,
it was in the evening before it got dark. So about 8 o'clock it was going on.
It didn't get dark until like 10.
Yeah, it got dark about 10, but like 8, 9 o'clock they were still going. And then they stopped, and then there was some tractor noise in the morning. That was it.
But we did get neighbors.
Yes, we did.
Yes.
And we made friends with them because they had a golden retriever who was white, a white golden retriever.
Well, and they were Irish.
And they were from Ireland.
We shared most of the common language.
Yes.
So we had a really good talk with them, and found out that they were actually down here for him to see, was it rugby?
I thought it was
match or
football.
Something. Maybe it was football, I don't know.
Soccer for us.
Yeah, but his favorite team was playing in a championship, and he didn't have high hopes for him, but he was down there to watch them, and so they really didn't have much on their schedule. They were asking about where we were going next, and I showed them.
Yep.
And it's going to be I think it's going to be an interesting place when we get there. We'll find out later in this video whether it was lived up to our expectations or not. But so we talked to them, and then we went in, had our good night's sleep. It was, like we said, it was pretty quiet. Woke up the next morning, and they had their door open with the screen, and their dog was sitting there at the screen, and of course Salsa was looking out the window, so the 2 dogs were just sitting there.
They were just sitting staring at each other longingly.
Yeah. So, but they let us know when they were getting ready to leave, and we had another little chat with them about what was going on, and learned a few things that are hopefully will help us drive when we're in the UK.
In the UK and Ireland.
Yep.
And gave us some ideas of places to go for myself, who has some distant Irish relatives. Well, not so different. Yeah. My great-grandparents. I've got some on my mom's side and some on my dad's side that were from Ireland, in England, but Ireland. And he was saying that down from Trinity College, which is a big tourist spot, the Trinity Library, is a place that you can go in and tell them your name and your ancestry, and they will help you search through all your Irish relatives' ancestry. So like I'm on Ancestry.com, and I have an uncle who has really traced one side of my family back quite a ways. But when you get to, another country, it's hard to get all the information from the other country. Yeah. So ours in Ireland, I might go and see if I can get both sides.
I find some new information.
Yeah, find some new information for them. Yep. Especially my mom's side. She doesn't have a lot on my mom's side.
So we said goodbye to them because they left before we did. And then we headed out, and that's really where we're on our way now. We just stopped for lunch not too long ago at a little roadside stop that would be a really nice stop, but it needs a good mow.
It needs to be mowed. But we noticed something when we were in the last place. What was it? San
Martin del Camino. With the path and the hikers.
The path.
And we kept following that path.
We kept following the hikers, and even some of the backpackers had seashells on their backpack, hanging from their backpack. They had a monastery and a monk who traveled from one end of Spain all the way through to this monastery. And he wrote a book which ended up becoming a quote-unquote, for the time, a bestseller.
Yeah, and it was like a pioneer's guide.
Yes, it was like a pioneer's guide of how to get there. Well, once they built the church, now it's a pilgrimage that these people are taking. They do this very long hike.
There was a sign there. There was like this nice little park area right next to where we parked.
Yeah.
They had a playground and had a sign, a little seating area there, and another little fountain.
And there are hostiles along the route that people can, rent a room for the night and then continue on in the morning.
A couple little bar, what they call bar, cafeteria, restaurant.
Little places for them to sit and put their feet up. And
I mean, we're traveling today. It's a Wednesday. It's the middle of the week. And we've had places where we've just seen big clusters, lots of them.
Yeah.
And some on mountain bikes. We don't know if they're making the same pilgrimage or not, but there were some mountain bikes mixed in too. So we continued across northern Spain.
Love Spain.
Yes. And the next place we got to had kind of a maze of roads through the town to get to. Yes. Some of them wider than others. But we finally got in there, and it was a pretty nice place.
Yes.
It was just basically kind of like a flat gravel parking lot. Had a really nice big open park area next to it. Mm-hmm. So Salsa got to play some ball while we were there.
She loves it when we get to play ball.
The kind of claim to fame in this little town is they have murals painted all over buildings and stuff.
And they were pretty neat.
Yeah, and the bathhouse there had them.
Yep.
But then there were some other things that were kind of odd. I tried to pre-book the spot, and we were trying to get electric, and it said something about picking pole 1 or pole 2, which I didn't understand until we got there. And then also you pick a time when you want the electric to start.
Yeah, you have to, you can't just go in there and plug it in or put your code in and plug in. You have to actually pick a start time.
Yeah.
So like 2 o'clock in the afternoon, we get there at noon, and 2 o'clock in the afternoon is the first time that it's open that you can.
Well, it was really weird times because it was like noon, 6 p.m., midnight, 6 a.m.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was just you couldn't pick your time. You had to go at that time.
So we sat for a little while with no electric, but that's no big deal for us.
Yeah, because I think I scheduled that we were going to get there at 3, and then the 2 pole things is that there's only 2 places to connect, in the area, and since you're not picking your space, you could get there and not even be anywhere near the pole that you picked to put your code into. So then I guess you would have to go back and cancel that one and add another one or so. It just seemed like it was a
little
real
on the crazy side.
And if that wasn't bad enough, in order to use the bathrooms or the showers, you had to have a code. So the other thing you need a code for is to get into the bathroom.
Yeah.
Not just like go to the bathroom or take a shower or anything else. And it's like, we've been around enough that I'm not paying for a shower sight unseen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
so,
you want to see it to know whether you want to, even if it's just €1, you want to see it before so you know whether to.
Yeah, we didn't want to go through all that.
Yeah, there are some you don't want to.
Yeah, you had to pay to go into the bathroom or something like that, which was, yeah. So it had its cons. For a place that's out in the middle of nowhere, I think it should be a little bit more user-friendly.
Yeah.
And be a little bit more accommodating, I guess. So the other thing that we noticed was that as we were making this run, the temperature started climbing.
It started getting hot.
Yeah, getting real hot.
And not a whole lot of breeze either. And I mean, it was getting really hot.
Yeah.
We don't have air conditioning, not even in the front part where we drive. There's no air conditioning inside or in the front. So the next morning we got ready to leave, and it was warming up fast, but there was like some pollen or something in the air that was blowing around. Made it look like it was snowing. It did. It looked like it was so thick through the air. It looked like we had snow flurries.
Yeah. So we had to weave our way back through town.
Yep.
To get out of town. We saw a dog up in the window on the way out that you thought was...
It was just so funny. I took a picture of it. I made him stop and got out and took a little picture. He was just up in the balcony like nothing.
Yep.
And all the flowers were just so pretty.
Yeah. So we just drove straight through to our next location that we were going to stop at.
Yep.
Like we normally do, we don't really know a whole lot about where we're stopping the town. We kind of find out along the way or find out a little bit. I did know that this was a medieval town.
Yes.
This
ended up being
Frías.
one of my favorite places.
Yep. On the way there, we saw another one of those metal sculptures up on the hill. It was a bull.
Yes, they have these.
Several of those.
And there's been several bulls up on a hill made out of metal that just.
I think we made mention of that when we were on our way to Turiel. Yeah, there were some there. So they're all over Spain.
They're probably where there's bullfighting rings, is my guess.
Yep. So and this was our first time camping at a camping car spot. Now, camping car, I've tried to figure out a way to make an analogy with it. It's kind of like Harvest Host, but not really in the free thing. So
in a not Walmart, but a Cracker Barrel.
Yeah, like a parking lot.
It's like staying in a Cracker Barrel, but secure and nice with electricity.
Not all of them have electricity, but most of them do. Yeah. So it's basically most of them are kind of like a parking lot. Some of them are a little more fancier than that. You have a gate that you have to go through, so you have to punch in a code to go in, and you pay like an annual subscription fee. And for that, then you get kind of a discounted price at these places to park and camp.
Yeah.
So that's kind of what the deal is on it. So we had already signed up, and I'd already paid. You're supposed to get a card, but
we don't have an address.
If they send the card, it's going to go back to North Carolina somewhere. So, but they do give you your number that you have to activate before you pull in, or you pull up to the gate and say, "Hey, I want to activate my number." You punch it in, it records where you stay. Gate goes open, you pull in, you find your space.
Yep.
This one had electric with it. It was really nice. They were even mowing it while we were there. It was nice and clean.
Yep.
Beautiful view of the town that was there.
And that one had the shower house.
Yeah, and it had the shower. And it had a code that you had to get in, but the code was free.
Yeah.
So you just had to...
You just had to put a code in to get into the shower, to the shower house.
Yeah.
You know, it had code for a women's and code for men's, and you go in, and we punched the code in, checked it all out, and it was nice.
And that was a different app from car camping to do that, but you just got the
hot water,
got the code and go in. And the showers were really nice. It was very clean. Everything was clean in the area, and we had a few other campers that were with us there. I'm surprised that area wasn't more popular than what it was. So we spent
but the favorite part.
spent the night there. Yeah, I'm getting there. So on our way in, we had passed a really neat, I guess, a church in the side of a mountain.
Yeah, it's like a monastery type of church.
So before we left in the morning, we backtracked to that.
Yes.
I think we thought it was a little closer than what it was, but it wasn't too far.
Because we contemplated walking to it, and I'm really glad we didn't because 5 miles is not in our wheelhouse.
Yeah, it was. We thought it was like a kilometer or two away, and it was about 6 or 7 kilometers away. So, so we went back and we toured the church in the area there. Had an arch bridge over it, and just the way the mountains were kind of cut.
It was
to the road was cool. And had that stream.
Yes.
That flowed through it. So we walked along the stream for a while, and there were several little waterfalls and
I got to look. There was a little hole in the church part of it, the monastery part, and it wasn't that big. We walked around kind of the back. There wasn't anything in the back, but it was just beautiful. But in this door, and it was locked, there was a little square down at the bottom of the door. And I told Rodney, I said, I'm going to stick my phone in there, put it on flash, see what's in there. So there's other people walking up, and I'm bent over sticking my phone in there, getting all kinds of good pictures. They have church services there. We don't know when, but it is beautiful.
Yeah, it was really nice.
There.
I wasn't expecting it to be done up like that.
Keep in mind the pictures, they're taken from a little square in the bottom of the door. I tried to get the best I could.
So when we left there, we went back through Frías, I guess is the name of the town, and drove through there.
Highly recommend it. It's beautiful.
Yeah, it's a beautiful town. It's definitely a place we would go back to spend some more time.
We really would.
And then kind of on the drive, we saw like a really kind of a unique bridge on the way out that we took some pictures and some other church buildings. And
it's very picturesque, and the whole medieval thing, it does. It has a lot of the medieval builds and things like that. It's so pretty to see.
And we think someone back, I think it was in that San Martin del Camino, had told us about this road through these mountains. And we weren't sure if we were going to be on it or not, and we're not really sure if it was the road that we were talking about. But it was this beautiful road along a river, kind of like a reservoir because it was dammed up.
A river where the mountains just came right to it. I mean,
because you would go in through tunnels and stuff on the way. So it was just a gorgeous. I mean, it's probably one of the best drives we've had.
We really love
we've had so far. So, and then when we came out of that, we came into a town that had this weird construction going on. We're not sure if they were reclaiming ruins or what was going on. It looked
like they were digging ruins. Yeah. It does. It looks like they were clearing out where some ruins were.
So,
and that's kind of what I got from some of the signs, what I understood.
Yep.
We speak a little Spanish.
Yeah. So we went into the next town that we were going to stop in, and our first stop was to hit a grocery store.
Yep.
Had to get a few groceries. And then we also had some Amazon packages delivered there.
Yep.
And it was in town, so we were trying to find parking, and I had a couple of places picked out to park in, but they were completely full when we got there.
It was just packed.
Yeah, it was really packed. So we ended up just a little bit down the street, so we're actually closer to the place than what the parking spaces were, in like a loading unloading zone.
And the dog and I just stayed in there, and I act like, I could move
so I just ran down and I got
to.
all our Amazon packages and picked it up, and so then we had to kind of make our way through the town to get to where we were going to park that night.
Right.
And somehow for us, we always seem to have to drive through the area of town where there's a school while school is letting out.
It never fails. Little kids everywhere.
Yeah.
Bikes, scooters, parents with their kids in cars, triple parked. And, oh, Lord.
Yeah. So that was a little tight weaving in and out of that because their parents are there in their cars to pick up kids. Yep. And so they're sitting over there and everything. So we made our way up there, and there were 2 or 3 campers there when we were there. It's just really kind of a parking lot. Yeah. Had some picnic tables set out, had plenty of bins for recycling and trash and everything else. It was supposed to have a water place, but it wasn't working, and it had one electric outlet there that you could plug into, but somebody had burned it up because it was black, and I wasn't going to risk our cord putting it in there.
To say,
somebody else did, but we didn't.
We're building up to something, but it got hot.
Yes, it was another hot night. We had some shade because there was a building and a tree in front of us. So, but
hot.
And that
hot.
And that spot filled up.
Yeah,
I mean, it was pretty full by the end of the night.
We started noticing that when we'd get there, there'd be a couple of campers, and by 9 o'clock at night, now mind you, the sun doesn't set until 10.
Yeah.
But by 9 o'clock at night, it's full.
Yeah. Yeah. We definitely tried the rule of 3 of trying to get to where we're going to be at by 3 o'clock.
Yeah.
So we don't have too many problems, and it's done well for us. So, and that was our last night in Spain.
Yeah.
So.
Keep in mind, it's getting hot.
The heat will continue as we make our way through France, and that will be our next steamy empty nest adventures.
TV?